Good morning, students.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
One second. சொல்லுமா. ஓகேம்மா, நான் கிளாஸ்ல இருக்கிறேன். அப்புறமா யா ஓகே. Okay, having seen the what is data warehouse and what is the data warehouse definition and what is characteristics of data warehouse, what are the components of data warehouse. After seeing all those things, we stopped in the previous class as data warehouse models, where we have seen the virtual data warehouse, data mart, A2BC, and enterprise data. It is all only terminology. We can go through it and go to the second portion, that is multi-dimensional data warehouse. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Disturbance. Voice is clear. Yeah, go ahead. You can see that data map is nothing but a portion for data warehouse. Nothing I can say bluntly. It's a customized department wise. They make a data small in size, and according to the department, flexibly you can have your data. It's called data art. It's structured only for the data warehouse. Sorry, the department. Whatever you're having in data warehouse, that subset will be given for you separately. For a particular group, for example, marketing data, sales, customer service. And suppose the department has some platform, you can use that platform to use this data map differently. Because we'll have low cost service, we will not be in a position to see the data warehouse day-to-day basis for this thing. So we can use this data mart actually for a short period of time, 2 years, 1 year. Same thing can be uploaded in the data warehouse. Okay, this is what we call it as data mart and enterprise data warehouse. Okay, I think now you are able to see. Okay, we keep the slideshow. What is that? Enterprise warehouse is collects all information and subject spanning entire hardware. Only the data warehouse, we call it as the enterprise data warehouse. Integrated of all systems. What we have seen is that data warehouse, few gigabytes, hundreds of gigabytes data. That's it about data warehouse introduction. Not much more than this. And the data warehouse life cycle, that can be, you can go through the data warehouse life cycle. It's an important question. You can make a note of it. And I just want, now I'll just show the, again I'm saying data warehouse cycle is what we have already discussed. You can go through that data warehouse cycle. It's an important question. Make a note of it. Now, I'll be showing just a glance what is the component in which how the transformation load everything is happening. Just we saw the overall picture. Now we are going to see the in detail. So there is for loading there is a load manager architecture. I have taken this picture from website. Very probably you know that website tutorial. Yeah, data warehouse tutorial. Because overriding clearly it is not given. I've taken this from there. You can know that extract the data from source we discussed and pause, load and extract the data in temporary data. But first it will be stored in the temporary data store because the storage should have a capacity and then you have to one by data where is given, it not be edited. That's the reason temporary data source and all the file structure. You have to map the file structure to the storage of the data and then warehouse it will be given to the warehouse. Here the load manager, controlling process, stored procedures, copy management tool, faster. All these things are in the load manager. So in the loading process, you have to set up. I just wanted to show you this one. That's why I'm showing that. Then warehouse manager, this is a software. This is the software we are using for the warehouse manager architecture, controlling process, SQL, backups, everything will be there. And indexing, business view, what are the way you want to have, you will have it. And that data warehouse is a software. And telling you these are the things are required to load the data into the data warehouse for the completion sake. Then query manager, if you make a query, how the query manager does the job of reply to you. You see here, first if the query is given, it should be identified where it has to go. So it should direct to the table which contains the data in the query. And appropriate table, and also the query manager should make it as its responsibility to make it a reply, and also scheduling and execution of the queries posted by the user. Very important concept, which query should be given a priority so that you should reply quickly. That is done by the query manager. You can see the picture, query redirection, stored procedure, query management tool, query scheduling. This is very important. And everything will be processed by using the detailed information which is required or summary of the information, and also sometimes the query may ask metadata, data about data. So all three components are used for the query manager, whereas the query components we are having. Okay, with this we finish the data warehouse completely. If you want to see the detailed information, how the data warehouse look like, this is it. We have seen what is the load manager, all the components will be here. Query manager, all the components. This is common for everything. We have seen what is warehouse manager. So all put together, this is the central core part of the data warehouse, where operation data are coming in, and once all this process is done, everything will be in the archive, and you can make a query through OLAP tools or any tool. So the data warehouse gives you the information, not the information, knowledge. That's why it's here, data part, information, processing, and then this is the decision for your query. That's all about the data warehouse. Now, how the data is present in the data. Shall I proceed? Shall I keep a full
Yes,
stop
ma'am.
on the introduction of data warehouse? Let me go to the second slide. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am. Uh, can you go back to the software wall part slide? Software slide?
Software.
Yes, ma'am. I could not
What?
understand.
Huh?
Ma'am, last two slide, ma'am.
You want to go to the first slide?
No, ma'am. In last two slides, that you showed now about software. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yeah. Yes. Before that, uh, two more, one back more. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That was.
Is
Yes,
that
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This part only. The this SQL script, ma'am. I could not understand how it is helping.
SQL scripts, you're interested in that. SQL scripts is nothing but the SQL query. You have to write a SQL, you know, like structured query language is there. You have to write a program, not a program. Script will not say a program. Uh, you didn't attend the class. Big data analytics, Bablu.
Ma'am, I attended, ma'am.
Then how you ask this question? What is that? SQL query is nothing but structure.
That structure query language.
No, Bablu. We have given some examples of scripts, no? How to make a query. How to make a query. We given some examples. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Uh, the, this. Oh,
Select, update, delete, insertion, whatever you can do using the query language, you can do that. We have seen in big data analytics some of the query. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am. I remember, ma'am. Yes,
Here
understood.
is the construct. Find the names of all branches in the output rotation. Select branch name from output. If you need something from the database which is there in the data warehouse, you can make a query using this query language that we don't write it as a programming. We say that it is a script. Shall I go? Shall I?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now we'll switch on to the core concept of the data warehousing. Um, do you remember? I said that your ID number or here the enrollment number will be with the different parts. So for an example, I have taken, today I made it, I have taken everything you see. Data warehouse is a group of data on multiple. Read the sentence. Data warehouse is a huge collection of data may involve group of data on multiple. Group of data. Group, actually, you need a summarized data, not the region attribute. What is the name of Amuda? It is not the way. It is not. You cannot get it also. So grouping of data on multiple attributes in the sense you have to combine multiple attributes from different tables. That is the reason we are going for the multi-dimensional data modeling for data warehousing. For an example, see here it is clearly given enrollment of the data of a university represented by here, year, program, region, number. Here you can see in the year 2002, BCA Regional Center Code RC07 Delhi was there. So, according to the year, the enrollment number different for different program for different region. I have taken this for distance education and different number. You see here in the year 2002, BCA. So the program name is BCA. The region it is regional center code, where probably Delhi. For that it is given RC. And what is the number is 350. All put together, you will have an enrollment number. For next year, it will differ. And the next year, for different program, MCA will differ. So this is the way it has got different parts in an attribute. That is only student enrollment number. That's what I wanted to tell you, how the data should be given properly, and this is the way the conventions need to be maintained. First, the data warehouse check whether the data is given in the uniform naming convention. We have already seen that in data processing itself, the first thing we have seen is that the data integration is taking This is the group of multiple attributes in a data. Do you understand, students, what I'm trying to say? Since you don't have a database management paper, you may not be able to visualize or recognize what I'm talking. That's why in detail I'm saying it's very simple. Students, do you understand what I'm trying to say? What? Hey, hello, sir. Hello. Am I
Yes,
audible?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And then you're keeping quiet, be interactive. What happened? Sleeping
No, ma'am.
or boring?
No, ma'am.
Who is it? Nishi Prabhakar. Then no sound from your side. What happened? Vacation, huh? Still. Do you know that I'm not feeling well? Even then, I don't want to cut the class. I'm just proceeding it. Shall I?
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
In the case, you see this for an example. It is for an example, and I given. I'm just an example. Student enrolled because you will be in a position to understand quickly. Every attribute of that particular student enrollment, we call it as the dimension. Hereafter, it is not mentioned as the attribute. Listen, students, again I'm saying it's not an attribute, otherwise I can say it's a dimension. We use it as a dimension. We call it as the dimension in data warehouse because according to the position of or according to the group of attributes only you are going to see the dimension in which you want the data to be accessed. That is the reason it is given an dimension attributes, and you can see the here program region or the attributes we call it as dimension or dimension attribute. If anything is metric or any measure of attribute, anything numeric, we call it as a number. If it is number, we call it as a measure attribute and we call that as a measure attribute. So we have two attributes, dimension attributes and measure attributes. Okay. So anything which is categorical, I'm introducing a word category. If it is, then we call it as a dimension. If it is a measure of an attribute, we call it as a measure of attribute. Slowly I'll come to the standard terminology. First you understand what is this. So kind of data which has dimension attribute and measure attribute together forms a dimension of data. Such kind of grouping of data, we call it as a multi-dimensional data. Call it as multi-dimensional data. Thus, we are going to see how this multi-dimensional matrices refer to data cube models. The complete model looks like a data cube and different dimensions. You are going to view the data. That's why we're doing data. So these terminologies are very important. 2 mark questions they may ask you what is data cube model, what is multi-dimensional model, what is dimension and measure fact table. This one page shows you multi-dimensional grouping of attributes of data. So next we'll move on to how it is presented. Just see the picture. 1 second you see the picture. Now tell me what is the game that you will have. Now the dimensional data of corporate data warehouse, for example, we have taken three attributes: period, product, and branch. So in fine, it's yet another example. Here you're seeing period, product, and branch dimension. See the way how the data is present. You see this? This complete row of the cubes. First, you see the structure of the multi-dimensional. So you can slice this first layer, you can slice the second layer, you can slice the third layer, you can slice the fourth layer. Okay? Or you can cut here also. See? Like this also, you can cut, you can take this loaf, you can take this loaf, and this loaf can be taken separately, this can be taken separately. Do you understand? So how, whatever the dimension you want to see, you can see it the way in which you want. If you want to see the data for 2022 only, 2002 is here. So this complete for this data belongs to 2002, where if you want to see this year, just remove this one. For MCA, just remove this one. For others, you remove this one. Or you want to see all together, you want to remove this one. Just that's it. So for every year, you can see not only that, only two dimensions you are seeing. Here, two dimensional variety of dimensions can be made. Okay. Now that is the reason we call it multi-dimensional data. Here, the dimension matrix of greater than 3, we call it as a hypercube. We are using in bigger enterprises. So this multi-dimensional, if they use more than 3 dimensions, we call it as a hypercube. And now we'll see how this, we call it this matrix also relational data. What? Every cube is related to each other. We call it as a relational data. I'll take you this picture from this university website. Okay, it is there in the website. Okay, so now you can see, as soon as you see this, you come to know that this is data warehouse represented the data in multi-dimensional view. See it here. How it is whatever is represented here, how it is represented is same to see. 2002, all the years. This corner you have seen, BCA, LCA, others, and all the programs. But all the regions you put it here. So what does this table tells you? This table tells you this is a cross tabulation table for 2 dimension and keeping 1 dimension fixed. Keeping 1 dimension fixed, that for all region this is the scenario. For all region this is the scenario. So please make a note of it. This is the cross tabulation. We are going to work out for something. First I am showing you how the tables are made out of from this. So keeping one attribute fixed, keeping one attribute fixed and 2 dimension, we can make a table like this. Here what are the 2 dimensions? Year and program. Year and program are the 2 dimensions in the table, and the 3rd dimension is fixed, that is all region. So once you fix the attribute, you will say that the value is for all. Whatever is presented here, that value is for all. So this particular table or the dimensions used for data values. Very easy, and let me show the next table. You will be in a position to understand. You see this table for 1 minute. See here, this tabulation is done for here, program, region all is given here, numbers are given here. Here, you can make the process. Can I say something here? Yeah, it is, I've given. See, this is performed in 2 dimensions, pivoting. The operation of changing the dimension in cross tabulation, we call it as pivoting. I'm going to show you how we are going to pivot and how we are going to slice and how we are going to dice. Before that, I'm telling you what are they. If you see that, the operation of changing the dimension in a cross, any dimension is changed, then we say that it is pivoting, and then cross tabulation done for a value other than all. All should be retained for the fixed one, because the third dimension we call it as slicing. We are going to do the slicing also. Then the slicing can be created for a region not 7 instead of all the region in the cross tabulation of the region. I'll show you how this we can do it. Tell me now for any RC7. RC7, how do you get that slicing? RC7, how do you get the slicing? Okay, RC7 is here, so we'll consider this one and we slice if for BCA only this one. Can you make it? This goes like this and only this one you will take it. So you can slice only that part only for RC7. Can you visualize? Can you visualize?
Yes, ma'am.
See, RC7 is there, RC1 is there, 29 is there. But 3 dimensions are there. One is the all and here program is there. But the region code is here. So I need only for BC, what I told you last time, for this year you can take BC. Now if you include one more attribute, RC7. Last time we had only 2. What are they? One is program, other one is here. What I said? 2002, if you want BCA, you can take only this one. So 2 dimensions were included. Now, the third attribute is also included, RC7. So, we have to go here and slice it for only this BCA. So, this part, you have to cut it down until BCA and take it, whatever is available, only for this reason. Only for this cube. So you are able to visualize what I am telling?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. We'll have some examples. Then first, let me explain. Then operation dicing is the values of dimensions are fixed. We will dice it for fixed. Here it's not for fixed slicing. Here it is for dicing. Then let me explain what is granularity. Suppose what I can say granularity. Data allows the data to be. Let me say what is granularity. Yeah. Suppose if you say vehicle is generalized form of vehicle. Can you go further detail for vehicle? Vehicle is a generalized term for a transport. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Go in detail. Come to the lower level of that one.
Ma'am, whether we have to describe its characteristics like wheels.
Anything. Just tell me. Let me correct it.
Yes, ma'am. It should have 2 or 4 wheels. It should have 2 or 4 wheels.
Okay. Let me say. Lorry is also vehicle, isn't it? Car is also vehicle, isn't it? Van is also
Yes, ma'am.
vehicle, isn't it? Bus is also vehicle, isn't it? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that is the lower level. So if you go to the car, you will have medium car, small car, luxury car. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Going to the small car, you will have a part number, all those things. These are in detail, isn't it? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
So going from the higher level to the lower level, or lower level, we call it as the granularity. More in detail. You want to see the detail in more. That we call it as we will not. If you go lower level, the summarization will not be. Am I right? What do you mean by summarization? It is contradictory to the data values concept. Am I right? What we said for data values, we said summarization, grouping. See, 5 years data, like that only we said that. So when you will come to know in data mining why we are not going for the lower level, what do you mean by generalization? Okay, here, if you keep on going to the lower level, we call it as a drill down operation. You are drilling down for the information. You are getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Drill down operation. Suppose if I say medium car and 3 parts are there, then I'm going to, so not medium car, small car, luxury car. I'm just putting generalized as cars. Okay, then you're going for upper level. Then no, not cars. We are going for vehicle. Then is more summarized, more generalized form. We are roll up operation. We have roll up operation. You understood? So anything you can do in data mining, probably if I take an example and tell you what is slicing, what is dicing, what is granularity, and how you are going for granules, then we call that as a roll-up operation or drill down. These 3, 4 operations are, apart from this operation, pivoting is a very important concept in rotating it, and you can see the 360-degree, you can get the information that we call it as this slide. This one slide is a very important slide because all operations are given for your thing. One by one, we'll see how we can do this operation. But if you sleep also, you have to say data values means slicing, dicing, roll up, roll down, drill down, and pivoting are very important concepts in data values. Fine. I will take that with an example in next class, but before that, let us discuss how the data table is, because before getting into the query or making a query, we should know how the data warehouse tables are created, how they are linked together. That's what we have to see before that. You are seeing here the same example I've taken, student enrollment table. 3 dimensions are given. Here you can see the dimension table. It's not, we are not saying attribute. Dimensional table, which is program code, name, duration. One table. And here you can see, here semester start. Here RC code, RC name, regional code, regional name, address, phone number. So here you can see one table sharing with all other dimension table. We call it as a fact table, that is numerical table, which is shared by all other tables. Here program, region, and enrollment number. Whatever these numbers are given, completely numbers, and everything here is shared by wherever this attribute is there in the dimension table. It takes the value from here, and region code is shared by here, and program is shared by this dimension table. So what does it mean? By seeing this table, we call this table as a star schema because it looks like one is in the center and others are around. Doesn't mean that it will be placed like that. The access of information from one table to the other table, we call it as a star schema. There are two schemas that are available. First, I'm representing the star schema. Now, what is this? This one, to know what is this? This is program dimension table. You know what is this? This is region dimension table. You know what is this? This is year dimension table. As I told you in data warehouse, you have to use one data dimension name or the attribute. Now you come to know this is the representation chart schema of a table used in the data warehouse, and fact table is the table which will be numeric in nature, measure of the value that is given by the stars. Okay, understood?
Ma'am, in the fact table, we are taking attribute from every table, no?
Huh?
From the in the fact table, we are taking attribute from this enrollment and dimension table, right?
They are not taking. They are maintaining the fact table. From there only you share the data. Because we are not taking the data from here. We are taking the data attributes, not data attributes from here.
Okay, okay.
Okay, let me ask a question to all the students. All are there? Okay, when I say share the data, what does it mean? Because you don't have database management system. I just keep on just going and saying the sharing of data, this is the table, thinking that you are aware of database management system. So let me ask you a question. When I say the sharing of data, what do you understand by that? Any response from your side?
Ma'am, sharing of data means the same data uh, present in different tables.
How do you who is answering that question?
Bablu, ma'am. Bablu.
Tell me what you mean by that. You said that from different tables. How do you do that?
Ma'am, like this enrollment table and 1 minute, ma'am. Let me.
I'm sorry that you don't have database management.
Ma'am, is it like data is shared from one database to another?
How does it happen? Sharing means what? Sharing means what? How does it happen?
From one memory to
Huh?
memory to another. Memory transfer.
Vash is answering that question.
Ma'am, Amal.
Amal. Amal,
Yeah.
listen, Amal. All students, please. I'm sorry, I have to tell you this thing. Uh, otherwise, I have shown it to you. Or I don't have the image now. See, look here. Do you understand what I'm talking about this here? So how this particular table will look like? Tell me. So there will be a table. First column will be here. Then will be a program. Then will be a region. Then will be a enrollment. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, different values will be given. Program B, CA, MCA will be given. Region R1, R2, R3 will be given. Enrollment all put together, the number will be there. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Please
Yes,
ask
ma'am.
the question, listen. Please interact with me other than Babu, Amal, and please. Okay, this is shared with this table. Since you can notice that year and year are there. Okay, what does it mean? There is a key. The key is available. This key, particular key, does the job of combining the key, joining the table, or I can say that indexing. Indexing is the concept. It's a huge concept, very important concept. That index does the job. So, okay, do you understand? This particular thing should have a code. In that code, through that code only, all the information in the region, all the values given in the attribute of the region will be shared by this team. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you don't understand, let me explain it. Okay. I am there. My data is there in Bioinformatics Center. So I'll have my name, I'll have my qualification, I'll have my sex, I'll have my what else? Employee code, whatever. So whenever I want, if you want to access my data from a central uh, server, I have a huge number of people are there. I have table in Bioinformatics Center. I'm also handling a course in computer science department. In that case, how do you access my information from the Department of Computer Science if any additional information are there? Answer my question. Other than Pablo, other than Amal. Meha, Meha.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, this indexing is not so easy concept. It's a very complex concept. Using this high performance and quickly you can access the data. That we call it as high performance access also. Okay, for that we need a structure. That's why we are going for star schema and snowflake schema using a join index. Okay, we are using a join index. As Amal said, there is no connection between memory location, all those things. It is only mere indexing. That is keys. That is keys. Understood?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Students, I'm so sorry because MSc students will be in a position to understand quickly. They have a separate chapter for key index. The syllabus is very good for the MSc database. I'm taking transaction, I'm taking indexing, I'm taking ER model, I'm taking relational model, I'm taking SQL for them. They have SQL practicals also. Really, it's a good syllabus made by me. I proudly say that, but I'm so sorry there is no space for it. And MTech we don't have, we shouldn't have database management. The higher level we are going for data warehouse and data mining. If possible, you can take the software when database management is taken. That's what I can relax on that basis. At least for the next, it's over, already over database. But every time I feel this one very difficult and feel sorry for you because you don't know what is indexing, what is the key, what is SQL without having this knowledge because we are all biology students. I'm going for data warehouse and data. At least we go through the internet, just get aware of it. That's what I do. Is it okay? Sharing means that's why Bablu is asking the question. How, madam? What is that, madam? He is asking. Pictorially, we can show like that only. Doesn't mean that it will exist like that. As I told you, the tables are given. Different tables will be available. Wherever you want to share the table, the related table, you will have a code which should be in the same table, both the tables. N number of tables. Then only you can share the information which is available inside the table via code. That we call it as the indexing. Using a primary key, using a secondary key, using a foreign key. Have you understood? It is okay for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, could you suggest any book, ma'am?
Code. Code. Database management system by code. KORTH. Bablu,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
it is fine.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Got it.
There, online it is there. Go to ebooks of our Big P, you also check for database management system books. There you get this. Or I'll try to send my slides also, database management system. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Any other doubt? Or I don't know whether I have to take a little about database management. It becomes too tedious. Data warehouse as well as data mining, it is already huge syllabus. If I add database, no, you will not complete your portion. It's not the sake of completion of the portion, but you have to write the exam. Let us see what to do, then and there I'll explain. Okay, anything else? Anything you want to ask me? Hello. For everything slow response, what happened? Not like the previous semester, what happened?
Nothing,
What
ma'am.
happened?
Nothing, ma'am.
Why people are very inactive? Huh? What happened? Become senior, huh?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
other than this class, I just wanted to ask for the project work, ma'am. From when we should start?
Pablo Kumar, I saw your mail and Subhash also sent a mail. We'll talk later, Pablo Kumar, separately. We'll
Okay.
have online meeting every week. That I'll let you know. Let's go for some time. Okay, this entrance is going today 3 days. I have to go. Now I am at home. Okay, now I go to office. I have some other work. I'll talk to you, Pablo Kumar, about that shortly within a week. Who are my
Okay.
students? Tell me. Subhash and Bablu. One more student. Who is that? Huh?
Ma'am, we two
Ma'am,
only.
I think it's two of us.
Uh,
And 4 students. Who are they? Bablu Kumar, Subhash, Sahal.
Some
One more.
ma'am maybe
Girl.
from MSc, maybe.
MSc.
I think only 2 or 3.
MSc 4 students.
Ma'am, from MTech, 2 only, ma'am.
Oh, you are sorry. Subhash and Bablu. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. Sorry. Okay, bye then. Anything else?
Ma'am, do we have
Subhash
lab?
and Bablu will talk.
Yes, ma'am.
okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, do we have lab today afternoon?
No data warehouse lab. I have to take data mining, then only you will have lab. Until then you will not have lab.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Anything
Thank
else?
you.
Shall I say bye?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.